Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You know who I am, ETTemplar, Supreme Misfit, Professional Dipshit. Welcome to this corner of the internet. And before we get into today's reaction video, special thank you to the fleet captains who are there in Telegram, Discord, who support this channel financially. Legendary. And without them, this channel is just some schizophrenic talking to a camera. So special thank you to these people for at least making this worth it and worthwhile. So what you are about to witness is probably the fakest and gayest thing this political season. So here we go. Just disclosure, there's dangerous levels of cringe. So don't say I didn't warn you. And away. Oh.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Why are you sitting there like a woman? Look how this guy sits. Oh.
Man enough to deadlift 500 and braid the out of my daughter's hair.
Oh, it's never too man just because you can deadlift 500. Bullshit. I'll have to see that to believe it. So, already starting with the lies off early there.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
My guy, you didn't just eat the carburetor. You ate the whole car. And not only that, carburetors haven't been a thing since the 60s because they have, like, fuel injectors now. So, behind the times and thrown out mechanical shit like you know something. And we're going to get into why this comes off as acted and fake, or fake and gay in a moment.
For breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what
Oh, we know you ain't afraid of bears, Sir Chief, if you get my drift.
I ain't afraid of bears.
that's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I beat my wife every
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Phrasing? Let's replay that one more time, shall we?
Me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm
Stare me in the eyes, spin on it, and just take it down to the shaft and the ball. Yikes, man.
man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those.
The book bans are about transgender and, like, sexual deviancy. That's the books they're banning. They're not banning Little Women. So, again, we are coming off with the misinformation here.
Those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a
And no one's here, there's no dude in the world that's asking to ban Sisterhood the Traveling Pants. Which, when did that come out? 2000s? For fuck's sake?
flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be
I didn't catch that. What? Kind of stupid shit.
That the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
Is it when he said raw dog? I thought he was talking about something else there. Oh, we know you raw dog it and you like bears.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
In front of my girlfriend's bowl when I'm sitting in the corner cuck chair.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
Good Will Hunting.
West Side Story.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me.
You're two mommies? Or your two daddies?
Mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their
Let's take that back a second.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
That's debatable, Chief. I'm gonna press X to down that one.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the fakest and gayest shit I've ever seen in my life. So let us switch this off, and I'll go to reading. I'm gonna do some old-fashioned reading. So here we go. This is where it all falls apart. So some glorious autistic person out there discovered this. And then I'll read this for you guys. So, as many as you know, Jimmy Kimmel's star writer Jacob Reed directed an ad campaign for titled Men for Kamala. The ad features what are presented as everyday male voters explaining why supporting Kamala Harris is the masculine thing to do. However, none of the men in the ad are actually regular voters. They're paid actors, which is no surprise. Moreover, their real-life circumstance differs significantly from the individuals they portray in the ad. Here are their stories, and let's get into it. Waylon McQueen is a far-left, pro-Antifa comedian and actor who has, until now, found limited success. He does improv gigs at the Upright Citizens Brigade in Los Angeles. In a Twitter post from 2022, he explains what white privilege is and tells you why you need to acknowledge your white privilege. As of 2024, he is single. So, again, a guy who loves women can't somehow get a girlfriend. All right. Lauren Idowu is an immigrant from Nigeria. He is also an actor who works for the DC-based OCTET Productions. He has many intimate pictures with the Obamas and the Bidens. Idowu, who is bisexual, has done gay-for-pay movies and nude photo shoots. In the Men for Kamala ad, he says he is a man enough to braid his daughter's hair, but the only problem is he doesn't have a daughter. Idowu isn't braiding anyone's hair. Well, this is YouTube, so anyways, we'll move on. Mike Liftonwell, a gay man, also works at the Upright Citizens Brigade, where McQueen works. He is an acting coach, cartoon writer for Netflix and DreamWorks, and an actor in TV commercials. On his public Instagram page, he showcases his predilection in his latest project, the Men for Kamala ad. Okay, so again, these are people, and these are not real men. They took a whole bunch of actors and political agitators and advocates and put them in a fucking ad, slapped some painting on it to make them look like dudes. But if you're a real man, you can watch this and be like, yeah, some of these guys are gay and something's off with all these men in this ad, because masculinity is something that comes natural and is something that's obvious. These guys are trying too hard to be masculine because they're all like betas and cucks in real life, or homosexuals. Again, we're not saying it's YouTube, so we're not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing and shouldn't be, but what we are saying is you can't really paint up a homosexual man to be like masculine and present as such, because most of us men can pick up on what's masculine or not. Winston Carter, the heavyset fellow in the ad who claims to be a mechanic and rancher, lives in Los Angeles, signed with Taft Broadcasting Company. He has found limited success in the acting world, mainly as an extra in films and as a character in the low-budget superhero film Spaghetti Man. Tony Ketchum, not related to Ash Ketchum, the tough, rugged, bearded grandpa in his garage, the Men for Kamala ad, is also an actor. He now mainly does low-budget independent films like Car Bots, where he played the role of Pawpaw. Tony is unmarried in real life. In 2001, he played an extra role of alcoholic consumer in the movie Ghost World. And, well, I know I'm just as shocked to discover that these actors on television aren't genuine. I definitely won't be voting for Kamala. Now, what's next? We'll learn that these guys who are on Big Bang Theory don't actually do science. Yeah, so, again, literally a fake and gay ad to court men, which is silly for them to do because most men can pick up when someone's pretending to be masculine. Again, masculine is something that's inherently with most men can pick up on it. And even if you were to watch this without me telling you the backstory of these characters, you can pick up on this entire thing that it's fake, manufactured, not real. And I get a kick how that one guy, he's carrying a bucket on a ranch somewhere, or the guy's sitting on the tailgate of his truck. So they have him set in these scenes, but they're really not doing anything. You know, they could at least have the guy lifting hay and putting it on the truck. You know, they could have at least shot it like every truck ad, right? Where it's like, Dodge, or Ford, built Ford tough, or Dodge, whatever the Dodge ad, right? You know, they always have dudes doing something, but they couldn't even do that. So it's quite obviously to tell that Jimmy Kimmel's writer directed this because it has no masculinity. The guy who shot this ad has never done any real labor in his life, and it shows because he's a writer. He's never done real man shit in his entire life. And I'm pretty sure all these actors have never done anything manly in their life either. Again, it says most of them are from Los Angeles and from like just shitty low budget movies. So they couldn't even get grade A actors. Like, especially with the kind of money Kamala's pulling in politically, you couldn't get like A-listers to do some shitty ad. But even that, this it just shows. You can try and sugarcoat shit all you want, DNC, Kamala and Harris. You can sugarcoat it all you want, but shit is shit. We can smell it, and we can see it. So, regardless of how you try to dress up the giant shit, the giant turd you're trying to feed us, we can see it and smell it. We don't even necessarily need to get much closer than that. But that's what this is. 100% fake and gay, but this is coming from a campaign that has chased away literally every single man in its campaign, even white men and black men, because they're not about supporting men's rights or even supporting men at that point. But they're all cultural Marxists, and at the end of the day, they want to demonize all masculine men. And all men, white men, black men in particular, and even Asian men. So this is the kind of just fakery that's floating around. Hopefully you found it interesting or somewhat amusing. I know I did. So thanks for watching. See you next time.
Well, howdy do. I'm supposed to be the dude relating to a whole bunch of dudes who live below the Mason-Dixon line. The kind of masculine men who actually do shit in society. By me, I'm from Los Angeles, so I'm supposed to be here to convince y'all, a bunch of yokel rednecks that fucking fly over states we don't give a shit about, to vote for a communist, Marxist whore who's gonna leave your ass out over barrel to be tenderized by Venezuelan migrants and terrorists. So let's get into it. Boy, when I like to get home from a hard day's work, I don't even know what to do with my fucking hands, because I guess that's what working people do. After a hard day's work, I love sitting in the cuck chair and watching that bull plow my wife for hours and hours. Then I go eat a big old steak. Yeah! And fucking shoot guns and what else masculine men do? I don't know. I gotta go to the gay club in about 2 minutes, so that's all I got for Harrison Walz, masculine man from all Harrison Walz. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for watching this odd cringe. Should be crap up there, crap over here, shit in the description down below if you want to support this channel financially. That'd be dope. If not, don't worry about it in this economy and how terrible things are going. Totally understandable. But if you want to leave a like, leave a dislike, comment below, and or a subscription, that's just as helpful too. Thank you. See you next time. God bless. Stay happy, stay healthy. For God's sakes, you're a real masculine man. You ain't voting for Harrison Walz.